So I was watching a PSL like video the other day. In the video, they basically showed a world where most people had disabilities, like people using wheelchairs, people using gang signs, that type of shit. And the point of the video was to show that normal as people without any disabilities are still having difficulties in this world because the world is not designed for them. Now, all of this is to show that our world is not designed for disabled people. We don't take them into consideration when we're designing things. For example, let's take left-handedness. Now, being a left-handed motherfucker, even though it's irritating, it's not a disability. But even they are not able to use a scissor using their left hand. Go ahead, try it. Take a scissor and try to cut a piece of paper with it. You won't be able to. Now, I fully support the message. We should have more facilities for disabled people. But I'm not having difficulties in this fucking world. If I was in this world, I would be a goddamn Avengers for fuck's sake. I mean, I would not be a Thor or a Hulk, but I would be a goddamn Hawkeye or Black Widow. Even though I don't have any assets to be a Black Widow, if you know what I mean. Like take a bank robbery for example. You know, superheroes stop bank robberies, that's a well-known trope. Let's take a bank robbery for example. I walk into the site of crime with my stupid ass costume and all. And what do I see? There's a motherfucker with no arms. There's a motherfucker in a wheelchair. Wait, he looks tough. I might have to take him out first. There's a blind motherfucker and there's a motherfucker who is just a torso. He's being carried around by the blind motherfucker in his backpack so that he does not turn into a wall or something. And the getaway driver, the worst of all, a female Asian. Like, yeah, I have to be careful, but I think I can take them on. Now, I'm not being an atheist or anything. Like, the only reason I'm not disabled is because of luck. Nothing else. Like, only one of my gene has to go pew, or I might have gotten into car crash and I would have been disabled for life. Now, what I'm trying to say is, there is nothing honorable about not being disabled or being disabled. It's just what you are. What I mean to say is, disabilities suck. Even if we facilitate for disabled people, even if we provide for disabled people, disabilities would still suck. They are bad for you. They make life harder for you. Now, obviously, handicapped parking space helps. Every little thing helps. But there is a disability which is not inherently bad, but is only condemned because of society. Society, Batman. And if it was not for society, it would be low-key overpowered as fuck. You know what that disability is? Being a dwarf, Batman. Being a dwarf. Now before I continue, I have to make it clear when I mean dwarf or little people, I mean people with little height. That's it. Like Peter Dinklage basically. No mental deficiency, nothing like that. So, why is being a little dude so good? Well, for one thing, it is so much more damn efficient. Like, think about it. You need less food. You need less living space. You need less of almost everything. And that shit would add up. That shit would add up in your bill. That shit would add up in your environmental impact. Or 8 billion of us. Like, think about how much less the earth would be fucked up if all of us were consuming less food, living on less land. Everything that would reverse so much of the fuck up we have done to earth. And that's not all. Heck, even the cars we drive would be smaller, which would mean we would need less fuel to drive them around. Obviously, except the Americans, and they would obviously have the biggest car in the fucking world for some fucking reason. Now I know what you're thinking, that even if little people require little food, they also have little strength. To which I say, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, think about it. Let's say all of us are dwarfs. Who will build the house? Little people. Who are they building the house for? Little people. And will a little person live in a small house or big house? A smaller house. And the smaller house would require less material to be built, less time to be built. I think it would just cancel out. It would be like a normalized dude building a house for a normalized guy. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, why the fuck don't NASA use drones in their space mission? Like, that shit would be so much more efficient. Well, why? Well, if you know anything about space mission, you know that the astronauts have to be crammed in such a little space. And who is better than living in crammed space than little people? They need less food that have to be carried up there. They need less water. Although water is recycled. Heck, even the air is recycled. But meh, it is the thought that counts. So you know, it's just a good thing to have dwarfs on the mission. Like, now that I think about it, why the fuck don't they only use dwarfs in space? Like, how did nobody think of that? Just imagine if we hired someone who is a dwarf to be the first man on moon. A small step for man, a giant leap for man. Bitch! What did you say to me? Nah, I heard that. I heard that. I'm gonna call that child right now. I'm gonna call it. My dad's a lawyer, bitch. I will not be disrespected like that. Making this whole ass video has low-key made me realize that little people are low-key the superior race. And I mean it in a very racist way, by the way. Like, there is no subtext here. Like, if you wanted to commit eugenics, holocaust, I would totally get it. I mean, I would oppose it, being a normal-hearted person myself. But I low-key get it. I would have done the same thing if I was in your small-ass shoes. Also, if you are wondering, I'm 180 centimeters, by the way. 181 centimeter is 6 feet. For my American audience, who are the majority of my audience, let's go! So why don't you just say you are 6 feet and be done with it? Well, I don't want to dilute my value. The 180 centimeters I do have are the best 180 centimeters in the goddamn world. Like, you wouldn't want to add lead to gold, would you? Even though it will increase the weight, it will lower the quality. And this is the mindset that all of you short king needs to have. You are perfect as you are. Probably. I mean, I don't know who you are. Although try to work out more. All of this is to say that I don't have any partiality towards small people. Heck, I even like tall girls. I like girls who are taller than me, in fact. I want them to treat me like a baby or something. I don't know what's wrong with me. Or what's right with me, am I right, eh? Yo, I am recording this after the video. I also realized that dwarfs have less chance of getting cancer because they have less cells. That means that less cells can become cancer cells, hence giving you cancer. Like, they cannot stop winning! Anyway, that's all for the video. Please like and subscribe. Also, I'm on Instagram, so if you can follow me there, please do. I really wanna get 10k subscribers by the end of 2026. I know it's a big reach, or maybe it's not. I really wanna defeat my friend's 10-year-old brother, who has 1k subscriber, by the way. How the fuck does a kid have 1k subscriber? Anyways, if this does good, I would make more long form content. Even if this does bad, I would still make long form content. Like, I don't give a fuck. Anyways, see you later. Bye.